We have with us Mr. Venugopal Nair, the MD and CEO of Shoppers Stop. He's recently joined Shoppers Stop, so we have a lot to talk with him about. What is his plan for the company? What is the strategy going forward? And especially joining in the middle of the pandemic, how that has been. Thank you so much, Mr. Nair, for talking to ET Now. So, just to get an idea upfront on the recovery, first of all, sir, how has it been in terms of the stores that are in malls specifically? Most of your stores, I understand, are in malls and even the standalone ones. How is the footfall looking like right now? And with the uncertainty coming in, is there an impact on the footfall that you're already seeing?
Thank you for having me, and good talking to you, Priyanka. In terms of footfalls, ever since the lockdown started to ease in June and July, every single month we have seen an improvement over the previous month, and that is a trend which is very encouraging and something that we find very good. In terms of the simple fact that normally December tends to be a bigger month than January. However, this year we saw January footfalls in January being better than December, and that's an indication of the fact that customers are continuing to come back, and with the vaccine starting to getting rolled out, the consumer confidence is starting to improve, and that has helped footfalls coming into store. What we do find also is that the customers who are coming in are more serious customers, and hence when they do come in, they are buying more than what we had seen them buying in the past, and hence the average bill values have been higher, and I think that's a trend which we have seen consistently. The third thing which I would say is that the footfall growth or recovery has been better in the non-metros than the metros, and it is a direct correlation with the impact of COVID. Cities which have had a higher impact of COVID, higher number of cases of COVID, the footfalls there have been more muted, whereas some of the more Tier 2 cities or non-metros where the impact of COVID is lesser, there the impact has been much lower. And in some cities, it's starting to come back to almost the same levels as it was in pre-COVID.
All right, so just to understand, how many stores had Shoppers Stop, cut down in the last F5, in this F5, starting since March, and also the rationalization measures that were taken, the cost-cutting measures that were taken. Are those still the same because now footfalls have increased, people have started coming back to stores? So are those sustaining at this point in time, or you are looking to change that entire situation specifically for cost cutting and rationalization?
So over the year, or rather the financial year 2020, there were a number of measures that were taken, especially during the period when the lockdown had happened. And it was a fantastic opportunity for us as a business to relook at our entire operations, our costs, and look at areas where we could save on cost. And I'm delighted that we have done some really good measures by which we have been able to streamline our operations and cut down our costs. And those cost savings that we have achieved are a lot of that we intend to carry forward as well, because what it has done is to help us become a far more efficient and productive organization. So that's something which we will continue to do. In terms of stores, all our stores have been operational from August onwards, and they continue to trade. We have in terms of store portfolio, we did review the store portfolio critically, and there are 3 stores that we have closed, but and these were stores where either they were too old and the catchment had moved on and was not right for us anymore, and hence we chose to do that. But that's something which we would do anyway on an annual basis, because you do have a churn, and it's a standard norm, standard practice for brands and retailers to relook at their portfolio and do a churn. So I wouldn't necessarily attribute it to COVID or what has happened. That's more a rationalization, and even as we do that, we are also looking to open between 12 to 15 stores in the next financial year, the next 6 to 9 months really. And even within this period, we have actually opened 5 beauty stores, which we operate, including the first 2 phased stores that has opened in DLF Promenade Mall.
So, sir, as you said, you're still looking to open more stores in the coming financial year as well. So, what will be the overall investment plan that is set for the next financial year, and how much capex are you going to allot, and how is it going to be for the next FY?
I mean, I don't want to be sharing numbers on capex because obviously that's sensitive information to ourselves. But the fact that we are looking to expand a similar number of stores to what we did in FY20 is an indication of the importance of expansion for us and continuing to grow our offline portfolio, even as we continue to expand online and digitally as well.
All right, sir. So, talking about online specifically, what is the strategy going there? How much of your total sales are online right now, and what is the target that you are setting for yourself? Because, of course, online has become a major push, especially in the midst of COVID when people are not really stepping out. What is going to be the plan over there, and how are your e-commerce plans also going?
So, in terms of our digital sales or omni-channel sales, in FY20 or the last financial year in Q3, less than 2% of our sales came from online. In the last quarter, for which the results were declared, over 6% of our sales came through digital channels. So that's one indication in terms of how rapidly it has expanded. And we have more than doubled our business through digital channels. And it is one of the big focus areas for us to be moving to being a truly omni-channel business, where our customer has the option to engage with us, shop with us, whether he or she chooses to do that online or offline, and we'll be there for her. And the fact that we will have all our stores are linked to shopperstop.com, and hence the entire merchandise is available for our customer to shop online, or if they choose to go to the store, of course, they can shop from there. And the journey becomes seamless, and that's where it is being truly omni-channel, where it is the same inventory that is being shown to our customers all across. And in that process, because we are present in over 40 cities, the physical proximity to the customer also then gives the advantage of the customer being able to get the product much faster, or they could choose to pick it up from our store, which is also an option that's present on shopperstop.com.
So, sir, how is it going to go from there? You said now it's at 6% of the total sales. Do you plan to improve it, and what is the target that you have set for it?
See, I wouldn't put a number to it in terms of what it is. That I would rather leave it for the customer to choose as to how much they should shop. And I mean, even when a customer chooses to walk into our store and buy offline, we are extremely conscious and aware that the journey would have started on shopperstop.com, and they would have viewed our products, shortlisted what they want to choose, even probably put it into the cart, and then walk into the store to physically see the product before they choose. Especially some of the more high value products, which are more involved purchases, many times customers choose to actually view the product, feel the product, see the product before they buy it. And that's the advantage we offer because of the fact that we have a mix of the online presence and offline stores. Customers can use both channels to be able to buy from us. Globally, if you see on an average, 15 to 20% of sales for most retailers and brands come from online channels. And I think that is a journey that India is on as well.
Right, sir. Now, also to understand what is the plan when it comes to private labels in terms of the revenue contribution coming from that side. What is the growth strategy over there, and what is the roadmap that you have set for Shoppers Stop to increase the revenue coming in from private labels?
Private labels are exclusive to ShopperStop, and that is an important part of our offering for our customers, along with the other national and international brands that we offer. With our own private label, we offer brands which are specific for different occasion across menswear, Indian wear, Western women's wear, and kids wear, and of course home. And more recently in beauty, where we launched our own brand called Arcelia, and we've launched the bath and body, and we intend to bring in other categories as we go forward. And each of these brands, what they do is to offer our differentiated product, which are outstanding value, whether it is because of great performance, great fabrics, and of course the latest trends, colors, and bringing in the latest of global fashion into India through our own brands in our store. And they sit nicely and complement our national and international brands that we have. We are a house of brands, and what we offer is a complete portfolio of brands across Western wear, I mean, across apparel, watches, sunglasses, footwear, bags, and home.
Yes, sir. So what will be the plan in terms of growing the revenue share of private label?
I mean, I wouldn't want to put a number to it because it depends on a number of factors, but it is growing and growing consistently. And that is something which is an important part of our portfolio and will continue to be, because that's what gives a different, it gives a different option to our customer. And that is something which is available only at Shoppers Stop.
All right, sir. So also to get an idea on which are the segments that are performing really well right now, and which are the segments that you see that they will pick up in coming the next few months or so, and are actually at this point suffering right now. I mean, are office sales, I mean, office related clothes still suffering, or is beauty and cosmetics picking up? What is the situation right now? If you can give us an idea.
I think it's an interesting scenario that's unfolding. So as the lockdown eased out, there were categories like home furnishing, beauty, I mean, within beauty, fragrances, athleisure wear, active wear, casual wear. And these were the categories which had a head start. Sleepwear was completely off the charts in terms of sales because suddenly people were buying, they were spending most of their time in night clothes, and hence it became a very important part of the range. Men's grooming was another category which did very well in the initial stages. But as the lockdown has eased out, and especially when we went into the festive period, we did have a good sales even for festive wear, okay, I mean occasion wear, especially in ethnic wear or Indian wear, and that trend has continued over the last couple of, I mean, I would say in the last since the beginning of January, we are starting to see formal wear also starting to now pick up. It's still way below the other categories, but it is starting to improve now, and I think because people are, and at least some offices have opened, and we do see people starting to venture out, and hence they are getting out and starting to buy some formal wear because suddenly they have realized that the white shirt which was in the wardrobe for the last 12 months has probably got a bit faded, and hence a new white shirt is needed.
All right, so thank you so much, sir, for talking to ET Now. Thank you for taking the time out and making an exception and giving an interview to us channels after the summit.